大家好，我是外送江湖骑士联盟盟主。你们已经看见了前2天我发的视频，在微博上面已经有差不多800万的播放量。
His name is Xiong Yan, a delivery rider in China's capital city of Beijing. Delivering takeout on scooters is one way that people from China's underclass make their living. There are an estimated 6 million active workers working in the food delivery industry. In this rider's community, Xiong is an activist. On February 28, news broke that the activist and several of his close friends had been arrested by Beijing police. Reports of his arrest have since been removed from the official Chinese media and the internet. Did he break Chinese law, or has he ruffled the wrong feathers? In China, delivery riders are known as the city's feeders. A huge number of delivery riders serves 2 giant takeout platforms, Meituan and Ulama. These 2 major platforms, as well as some smaller ones, offer a variety of delivery options with varying rules. Strict time requirements for each takeout order and being constantly on the road have made this profession high risk. This past February, the Chinese people celebrated their most important holiday of the year, the Chinese New Year. It was also the peak season for the takeout industry. Chinese people have the tradition of returning home for the New Year. In order to retain riders, Ulama offered a bonus, claiming that upon completing a delivery quota, a rider could earn a bonus of US $1,267 or 8,200 RMB. The campaign was divided into 7 periods. Each period lasted 7 days. The first 5 periods of the campaign had a quota of an average of 200 orders per period. But as the Chinese New Year drew to an end and the takeout craze dropped, the 6th period saw a soaring quota of 360 orders. It was an impossible task for the riders. As a result, riders would not be able to receive the second half of the bonus, roughly 3,600 RMB. Xiong disclosed the takeout platform's scam in a video and further explained, the takeaway platform used the back-end big data to give riders less orders on purpose so that they could not complete the quota to get the bonus. He wanted the company to keep its promise and called on riders across the country to actively voice their opinions through the internet. Some riders wrote on the internet, "If we had known this was the case, why would we have given up returning home for the New Year to come and sell our lives for you? We couldn't return home to honor our parents and spend the New Year with them." In the midst of the riders' protests to defend their rights, some official Chinese media followed up. On February 19, the official Weibo account of the Ulama platform released a statement concerning the riders' New Year's incentive program, acknowledging that the target for the 6th period was set on the high side, and apologizing to the riders, promising that the rules would be optimized to allow more riders to get their bonuses. But soon, the activist, Xiong Yan, disappeared. On March 1, the UK-based App Drivers and Couriers Union issued a statement in support of Xiong Yan, calling on the Chinese embassy in the UK to ensure his safety, release him immediately, and guarantee freedom of association. Xiong has led his colleagues to defend their rights many times. He has formed 16 WeChat groups with more than 14,000 friends, 99.99% of whom are delivery riders. His account on Bilibili, a video site in mainland China, and his Weibo account bear the name Leader of Riders League. The associated WeChat platform provides legal advice and union services. Its introduction page states, "A lifetime of dedication to defending the rights and interests of delivery riders nationwide. A lifetime of commitment to the establishment of a National Riders Association." This leader of the Riders League recorded more than 100 videos to tell society about the injustice and heartbreak suffered by the delivery riders. In 2019, on the eve of the Double 11, another major holiday, the takeout platforms worked together to lower the riders' pay for each order delivered. Xiong mobilized everyone to take action, rejecting delivery orders from Meituan for the first 3 days and Ulame in the next 3 days. He told everyone to print the notice of this action and post it on the back of the takeout box. As a result, he was detained for 26 days before the flyers were even distributed. In the second half of 2020, Xiong organized riders to protect their rights and help them settle their unpaid wages and bonuses. According to some people, this Riders League is already the prototype of a union that can organize strikes, and this is the biggest taboo for the ruling party in China, the CCP. Although the CCP claims that it loves the people and represents the people, including the working class, it would categorize any civil organization formed by the people as an enemy of the nation. Yet to most Chinese netizens, the Riders League is only a spontaneous organization formed organically by delivery workers to offer mutual aid. They are a group of vulnerable underclass people who are trying to support each other. Xiong is an individual embracing the chivalrous spirit of traditional Chinese culture. In Chinese kung fu films, masters from the martial arts community often have such inspirational personalities. The self-proclaimed leader of the Riders League, Xiong Yan, started out delivering takeout. He contracted internet cafes and canteens and later opened his own restaurant, but ended up operating at a loss. Having incurred a huge debt in 2018 when he turned the restaurant over, he has since returned to the business of delivering takeout. In China's capital, the city is so large that there exists a massive population known as the floating duckweeds of Beijing, who have no roots in Beijing. Xiong's residence in Beijing is a modest rental house. It offers a temporary stopping place for the people who have become riders. Each day, a variety of riders come and go. Sometimes riders stop here to recharge their scooters. Those who have just arrived in Beijing and have no place to stay can lodge here temporarily. Those who have been wronged come here to vent, and the League would go and seek justice. For those whose scooters break down or crash on the road, there are always others who could find a way to salvage and bring the scooter back home. Some of the riders are from poor families. Some once belonged to China's middle class, but the almost ubiquitous financial traps and the pandemic in China have driven them into debts and bankruptcies. So some of them have joined the group of riders. Xiong's initial intention was to meet more rider friends because he felt being alone is too lonely. In the year since he became a rider, Xiong has also felt that the work environment of riders provided by the giant takeout platforms has become more demanding. Delivery pay keeps dropping, no rest days, and frequent accidents without protection. The platforms are pushing limits, but riders have no voice, so he began his efforts to help the riders to defend their rights. According to reports, during the holiday, Xiong cooked a steaming hot meal, like the one served in restaurants, for his fellow riders on a single gas stove. He said he had been a restaurant owner for several years, but in the end, everything fell through and he was in debt, leaving behind only a set of chef skills. In this support group, some of the people being helped have gradually become more willing to help others. The media reported that one of the riders in the support team saw a rider in a car accident who had spilled half of his takeout. He took the initiative to help. Without such help, the rider in the accident would have paid nearly 2,000 yuan for a box of takeaway. But with his help, the platform quickly made up for the loss of the box of takeout. The rider ended up paying just over 300 yuan. This is a little warmth that Beijing's floating duckweeds can enjoy, where goodness can still blossom in people's hearts, despite the harsh conditions. However, even this little warmth, like a candle in the wind, can be taken at any time. On March 1, riders in the southern Chinese city of Shenzhen went on strike en masse as the takeout platform Meituan adjusted its delivery unit pay. On the same day, some taxi drivers went on strike in the inland Chinese city of Chengdu after DDT, an Uber-like platform, adjusted its percentage of draw to 35%. It is unclear whether these strikes are related to the arrest of the leader of the Riders League, Xiong Yan. Such moves could lead to greater difficulties for Xiong's release. To Beijing, the tiny flames burning in the wind are a major safety hazard.